Hey everybody, and welcome back. It's me, your old pal Orpheus. Yes, we're here with another edition of Orpheus Plays, playing Blade and Sorcery, my favorite game right now. I am totally obsessed with this game. I know it came out a little while ago, but the port to the Oculus headset came out, and oh boy, it is fun. It's called Blade and Sorcery Nomad, in case you're really going. But I do put the tags under the regular Blade and Sorcery because it's the same kind of throat-slashing, gut-ripping action here in this game. And I hope that you are enjoying it as much as I am. And on that note, I hope you are having a great day wherever you are right now. Whether you're sitting there on the back of a SpaceX rocket being blown into space by Elon Musk and all of his SpaceX-y people, or you're just sitting here watching me in your living room, I hope that you are really enjoying yourself, and we'll give you a chance to just kind of kick back and relax, because we're going to have a little bit of a tale of the upbringing and life of Orpheus, and we'll get to that in just a second. Today we are playing more of the Warzone setting. I love this mode. I'm totally obsessed with this one because it allows me to be such a cheap shot jerk. Because what's going to happen, they say, take back what they have stolen from you. That doesn't describe things very well. What it is 3 NPCs come out and they'll be fighting each other, at least most of the time. And I'll be either watching them or just kind of stabbing them in the back of the head and stuff, because, I mean, why not? So here we go. Get this started. Yeah, so slowly, I am getting better at audio editing and stuff like that. It has taken me a while. So you'll notice some videos have music that's a tiny bit too loud, but still bearable, and some that are a tiny bit too soft, but still just fine. And I'm working on it. Don't worry. I got things going. I got plans, yo. And so I'm just getting used to it. We'll see how it works. I'm going to give everybody apples. Here, there's some apples. You like them apples? Here's some more. So we're going to do the first traditional slow motion kill of the day. I'm going to steal their axe from them. Actually, you know what? I can do a slow motion kill of the day for everybody. No, we'll do it this way. We'll make a little fire for them, Scarecrow. We're gonna bring together the thunder of fire. All 3 dead. Success! Why did I do that? Never mind. I hit the wrong button. Brain and thumb did not work together very well. All right. Yeah. So if you may or may not have seen, I post occasionally on, I have a Twitter, and I don't have very many followers at this point, but I don't really advertise that I have the Twitter. Ooh, take that, little land on ya. So I don't advertise it very often, but I do post some pictures once in a while of 3D printing stuff. I affectionately call it my 3D print lab. But it's just 2 3D printers, one bigger, one smaller, like that I have in the same place in my house. Would you stop? That's not your job. Get out of here. Nope. Get out of here. Nope. Fine, screw it. You want it your way? We'll do it your way. You want this? A little bit of this action? Yeah, that's right. You like that, don't you? So I have this 3D print lab that I mess with, and I try to do builds of like prop replicas and stuff, and one of the ones that I've been trying to get, there you go. I've been trying to get right. There you go. One that I've been trying to get right over and over. I keep printing it and like trying to assemble it, are the various Doctor Who screwdrivers, the sonic screwdrivers. So like the first ones I printed were the old-fashioned, old school ones. No, let me take you to your friend. Please come with me, sir. Your table is right over here. And I started with the old original ones, which are, simpler. And then I started going with the more complicated ones, going with the 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor. Now, stay with me in case you're not a Doctor Who fan. Don't worry. This isn't really going to be too deep into Doctor... Oh, I got him in the balls. Oof. This isn't going to be really like a deep dive into Doctor Who or anything. But it's more about what Doctor Who did for me. All this time putting together all these different sonic screwdrivers, including all the way up to the more recent one with Jodie Whittaker. Now, before you bag on Jodie Whittaker, if you watch the season a second time, it's usually pretty good. But anyway, I'm not going to go too deep into Doctor Who. My favorite Doctor, as you might notice by my logo, is Peter Capaldi. He is one that kind of embodies the personality that I have. Like, he's a little socially inept and very awkward and kind of, I don't know, he's very disregarding of things occasionally. And that's kind of how I am. But anyway, I wanted to talk about how Doctor Who kind of changed my life and why it was so inspiring to me. Now, growing up, I was a kid that was abused a lot. And I never really had much of an outlet for release, like for any kind of anything fun. But one thing that we always had was a TV somewhere, right? Somewhere there. And usually for me, it was a black and white television. Oh, no. Oh, and we have our drama queen of the episode. A ding, 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 ding. The character that just refuses to die like a proper person and then keeps going. We're going to hold her up and see if she goes, nope. All right. In death, she is more dignified. But there was always a TV, and a lot of the times it was a little black and white television. And we would have PBS. Just about anywhere that you go, there's the public broadcast system, the PBS thing. And one of the things that they used to show a lot back then... Uh-oh, we're having another service, folks. Oh, they're getting intimate. They're getting... Whoa. Well, go bye-bye. All right, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. But they used to show a lot of BBC shows. And one of the ones that they showed very frequently was Doctor Who. And this was you don't need to see this. All right. One of the shows that was on very frequently was Doctor Who. And this was the old school ones with John Pertwee and Peter Baker and you know, this was the older, more cheesy Doctor Who when it was still kind of a low budget show and they were still trying to figure out how to get the audience they needed. And it's the story of a time traveler who goes and like saves different civilizations and goes on adventures and everything. And they are a character who has been different personalities and everything. We'll go into why that's important in a second. But what Doctor Who did is it not only gave me a little break from the world, it was one of those shows that managed to captivate me completely. And I was someone that has very strong ADD or ADHD. It's kind of tough for me to keep focused on something for very long. And I've been told that a lot of you kind of find these videos interesting because you stay interested the whole time. Well, that is absolutely the highest compliment that I can reach, right? That you manage to just watch and forget about things and not be distracted. All right, so kept watching, and this was a show that they were short. So they were like 20, 25 minutes long. They weren't designed to be anything serious because, again, they had like no budget for this thing most of the time. Before they brought it back with Christopher Eccleston in 2005, Doctor Who was kind of this failing show. But the idea behind it is adventure. You have to be adventurous and willing to go out into the world and find things that are inspiring, find things that are a little bit dangerous, find things that are a little bit dumb once in a while. Now, I'm not endorsing stupid behavior here. Whoop, there we go. But what I am saying is go out and discover things. And that's one of the things that Doctor Who, they're just... Again, this is one of those remorse moments, like, what did we do? All right, well, let's help you. Tase you in the nuts. Taser balls! Yeah. Little taser up here on you. Oh, you're getting a little jump start the brain going on. I like how the metal gets charred. But the idea that Doctor Who was adventure and intrigue and excitement, and it stressed things like, you know, no matter where you go, no matter what kind of person you deal with, right? Whether they're completely different than, oh my God, This is a cheap shot. Ha. But no matter where you go, no matter what you do, everyone is like, they deserve a chance. Everyone deserves to be treated fairly and equally and with the same respect. One of the ongoing themes in Doctor Who is, if there's what's perceived as a bad guy, right? The Doctor will almost always take it upon themselves to talk to the person or the entity that is seen as that bad guy, to give them a choice. You know, they say they're not going to just walk in and blow things away most of the time. There are some situations where that gets put aside a little bit, but they're justified. Anyway, but the idea is, always talk to them. Always give them a chance. Always... What are you doing? Always give them the opportunity to explain and to negotiate. And that is a skill that has become very powerful for me over the years. I've traveled a lot in my life. I mean, I have traveled a lot. And what? This guy has not. Flick? Okay. I've traveled a lot in my life. And because of shows like Doctor Who, I got to see Doctor Who first run over in London, in Scotland, basically anywhere that had access to it. It was this universal kind of thing because it taught you, again, diversity is not only necessary, it is essential to the universe. Being different from different cultures. But that's not the whole concept. One of the concepts that is addressed over and over in the show is the concept of regeneration. Okay? Now, this is a clever little like mechanism that they use in the show, where you go, okay, well, there's a show that's been around coming up on 60 years now. This is one of the longest running television shows ever. And it's coming up on the 60th anniversary, and you think, well, how do they still have the original actor? Well, guess what? They don't. They have a mechanism called regeneration. So when the Doctor gets some sort of fatal wound, gets wounded mortally, as it were, they have the ability to regenerate, which means that their cells all explode and they repair themselves, but in doing so, the person changes. They become a completely different person. And lately this guy is shadowboxing with the wall. Okay. And they're freaking out. Oh no, oh god, your bow. What's going on? And she disappeared. Anyway, regeneration is this idea that they completely change themselves. I'm getting haunted by a specter. Yep. Anyway, they change themselves all the time. And what that allows is not only to change the actors all the time, right? Let's see if this works. No, it did not. How about you? No, wow, we're getting all buggy today. But it allows the actors to change, but it also allows them to get different personalities. And that's why you get people saying, oh, my favorite Doctor is blank. Well, mine is Peter Capaldi. My wife's is Matt Smith. And it's because the different personalities that they exhibit are completely different according to the Doctor. Well, the thing that's cool about that, it's a metaphor for life. Because when you go through something that's so awful, so traumatic, so life-changingly terrible, like in the show when they get, shot or something, or one of them actually dies from tripping and hitting his head on the console. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. But the idea that you go through something that's horribly traumatic, just life-changing, and it shatters everything that you are, you can restart. You can become someone new out of that experience. You can decide, well, I mean, no matter what, if you go through a traumatic... They canceled each other out. Nice. If you go through a traumatic experience that is bad enough, it will change you no matter what. Oh, boy. Okay? It will make you into a different person. And that's sort of the idea of regeneration. You receive that trauma, poof, you change. And a lot of the times, depending upon the situation, you are now a completely different person. You see the world differently. Your personality probably changes. You probably dress different. You look different. You talk differently. And that's because you have gone through something that has just like turned the dials in a different direction for who you are. And that's what they do in Doctor Who. There's this message of hope that the future is always in flux. That the future hasn't been written in many different ways. And while they say that there are things that have to happen in order for the space-time continuum to keep going, you can change a lot of things in your life for the future. And that's the real message. And this is a message that I've tried to come up with in my videos constantly. It is that you decide by making your choices every day. You decide to make your choices every single day. And those choices can change everything about you. Whether you're having a crappy day, whether you've had a horrible experience, you can go away from that and not just ignore it. You know, when you get people that are like, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And I've mentioned that in another video. Okay, I just needed this arrow. But today is the first day of the rest of your life is way, way overcomplicated. And I know you're like, why is that complicated? Because it makes you get this idea that you have to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and just one day you wake up and you're like, and this is going to be the day that everything is great. Well, it's not like that. Life doesn't work that way. Life works in small steps. And that's why you need to decide that those small steps, just like in any time-traveling sort of experience, whether it's a movie or a TV show or a book or whatever, little choices, little decisions, little differences that you do along the way change the outcome of future. Right? So try to make some smart choices in your life, Try to do things that you think and will help your future to be a better place. And it's things like smile more. It's just that simple. Smile more. But you have to make a conscious decision that you're going to try to do better. And you're going to become a different person if you need to. Just like the Doctor. And just like the Doctor, I have changed throughout time, and so have you. Well, anyway, I hope that gave you a little bit of more inspiration going on, and maybe even brought you to maybe either appreciate Doctor Who more, or maybe made you a little interested in how Doctor Who works. We are an obsessed Doctor Who family. We had a Doctor Who wedding. We have, God, I don't even want to count. Like, there's TARDISes everywhere that I look in my home. Not at the moment, I have my headset on, but there's TARDISes everywhere in my home. I 3D print TARDIS dice towers and Cybermen and Daleks and all sorts of... And like I said, the sonic screwdrivers are something that I've been sort of obsessed over lately. Because there are these fun things to build. I'm putting lights and sounds and stuff in them. And again, I'll post those on not only my YouTube posts, but on my Twitter feed occasionally. Anyway, we'll see you next time here on Orpheus Plays, playing Blade and Sorcery. I hope you have a great one, and I hope you continue to have a great one until we see you next time. Bye!